Hello, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to be doing a quarterly, annually collection video. So with that being said, let's get straight up into it. So up here on the top shelf, I'm still trying to decide exactly what I want to have up here. So what I'm thinking about doing is just having my limited collector's editions up here for now. Feel free to drop a comment, let me know what you do think. So I got Call of Duty 2, the big red one. I got Doom 3, Getting Up, The Godfather of the Game, Halo 2, Jade Empire, Mech Assault 2 Lone Wolf, Elder Scrolls Morrowind, Game of the Year Edition, Mortal Kombat Deception. I happen to have the Scorpion Edition, and it's complete. All of my games as well, they're all complete in box. Mint as mint gets, or as mint as I'm satisfied with, I guess, for the time. So Need for Speed Most Wanted, we got Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, and then to finish it off with the limited collector's editions, we have Jukai New York City. Some of my most favorite games up there. Okay, so with that being said, let's just go ahead and get straight into the games. So we got 187 Ride or Die. We got James Bond, Agent Under Fire. We got Amped. We got Amped 2. And if, just in case as well, like if there is like any games that you do not see that you think I should pick up, feel free to drop a comment because I'm always like open to suggestions. And obviously, as you can see, I have a lot of room to fill. Okay, with that being said, so then we got Army Men Malfunction, Major Malfunction. We got Army Men, Sarge's Heroes. I really wish they also did the second one on original Xbox. They're both on N64 if I'm not mistaken. And I think on Game Boy. Okay, we got Atari Anthology. Azurk, Rise of Perithia. We got Backyard Wrestling, Don't Try This at Home. Backyard Wrestling 2, There Goes the Neighborhood. We got Baldur's Gate, Dark Alliance. We got Baldur's Gate, Dark Alliance 2. We got The Bard's Tale. We have Battlestar Galactica. We got Big Bumpin'. And yes, I do got the Burger King games. Those are also the only games that I happen to have that's sealed. Don't ask why, it's just, they was like a dime a dozen basically. You got Big Mother Truckers. You got Big Mother Truckers 2, Truck Me Harder. Those are also a really good series though as well. If you have not tried them, I highly recommend it. So you got Bloodwake. You got BMX Triple X. And mine also is like, so when I do say complete, it also has like the little poster in it. Just kind of like how my Elder Scrolls Morrowind Game of the Year edition, it has like the map. So you got Brothers in Arms, Earned in Blood. And then you got Brothers in Arms Road to Hill 30, and this also has like that little map. And then so you got Buffy the Vampire Slayer, very underrated games in my opinion. So you got Buffy the Vampire Slayer Chaos Bleeds, and mine also happens to have like not one, not two, but all three trading cards. And I guess those are like really sought after, so those are very difficult to get your hands on. So I really wish I had this one complete as complete gets, like with like the bulletproof vest, but you know. So you got 50 Cent Bulletproof. You got Burnout. You got Burnout 2, Point of Impact, Developer's Cut. Almost said directors. So you got Burnout 3 Takedown. And also like another great series as well. Like if you like fast-paced racing games, I highly recommend picking these up. So you got Burnout Revenge. You got Cabela's Dangerous Hunts 1 and 2. So you got Cars. You got Celebrity Deathmatch. Once again, like I feel like either A, that deserves like a remaster, or it just deserves like an altogether sequel, I guess, in a sense. So you got Cell Damage, which is also a very fun game. Chicago Enforcer. You got Conflict Desert Storm. You got Conflict Desert Storm Back to Baghdad. You got Conquer Live and Reloaded. And I feel like that these need to go over here. So then you also got Conflict, Global Terror, and then Conflict Vietnam. So you got Crash and Burn. Once again, like another really good racing game. You got Crash Nitro Kart. I also like a lot of multiplayer games, I guess. So if you ever have company over, then you can definitely play with them. Crash Twinsanity. You got Crazy Taxi 3, High Roller. You got Crimson Skies, High Road to Revenge. You got Dead or Alive Ultimate, the double pack. Death Jam, Fight for New York. You got Destroy All Humans. And once again, yeah, that game needs to be over there. You got Destroy All Humans 2. You got Disney's Extreme Skate Adventure. Another heavy hitter that I recently just picked up compared to the last, video. It's Dino Crisis 3. And then so Doom 3, Resurrection of Evil, which I do have the collector's edition, but it doesn't have any of the extra stuff like that this one has. So I guess that's the only game that I kind of have like 2 copies of, I guess, if that makes sense. You got Driver Parallel Lines. Once again, like another great series that, honestly, I think they just need to make another one. Driver 3. You got The Dukes of Hazzard, The Return of the General Lee. Dungeons & Dragons Heroes. You got Enter the Matrix. So you got another 007 game, Everything or Nothing. You got Family Guy. You got Fatal Frame. Fatal Frame 2, Director's Cut, Crimson Butterfly. It's also a really good horror series, so if you have never played those, I highly recommend that. And I also do have a couple other horror games on it, on the original Xbox that we'll get to, that is good just as that. So you got Freedom Fighters. So once again, another James Bond, From Russia with Love. You got Full Spectrum Warrior. Full Spectrum Warrior 10 Hammers. You got Furious Karting. You got Futurama. This is definitely really spiked up in price. I have no idea why it did that, but all I know is I'm glad I got it before the price started going through the roof everywhere. So I don't know exactly what's going on there, I guess. So another multiplayer game that I really enjoy, a lot of people most likely do, is Futurama. Not Futurama, Fusion Frenzy. My bad. See, I was stuck on Futurama for some odd reason. So you got Goblin Commander, Unleash the Horde. You got Godzilla, Save the Earth. And I guess here's also another duplicate. I swear that's the last. But anyways, so you got Grand Theft Auto, the double pack. I remember buying this back in the day for $30 for both of them, brand spanking new. No, mine's not new or anything. It's definitely in really good condition for its age and everything. So we got Grand Theft Auto, the trilogy pack, and once again, they're both complete. They both have the discs, basically. I'd say the Xbox collection, or that says the trilogy. So I care about that kind of stuff. So you got a game that I have not tried yet, though, but I definitely need to sit down and try it. But it's The Great Escape. It's from the movie with Steve McQueen in it. So yeah, highly recommend that. Watching that movie if you've never seen it. You'll get a gist probably of what the game's like. So you got Greg Hastings, Tournament Paintball. And then you got Gun. You got a game that's basically blacklisted, I guess, for some odd reason. Oh, even though I do know the story, but why all of a sudden, you cannot buy it, I guess. Why was you able to, but now you're not? If that makes sense. So, yeah. So, I won't go into great detail. Just Google the Guy game, and you'll see. So, you got Halo. So, of course, I got Halo 2, the collector's edition. And then you got Halo 2, the multiplayer map pack. You got Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. You got Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I do need to get the other ones. I used to have them, and then I was silly and got rid of them, but now I kind of want them back because, if you've seen like one of my first videos, or if you've seen me post about this up on Reddit or anything, you'll definitely know that I didn't have the space for a lot of games. Now I do. Now I'm really buying up. So you got High Rollers Casino. You got House of the Dead 3, which is a really good game. I really like the arcade games. So you got IHRA Drag Racing, the Sportsman Edition. I also like to try to have like all the heavy hitters in this collection. I really need to get obscure. I guess one might even say that that's very obscure to get your hands on. Pun intended. So you got Jet Set Radio Future, the standalone. Okay, a lot of people have like the double pack. And I'll even like talk about like another game once I do get to it that I don't really see in that many people's collections. That's also standalone. So right now, feel free to drop a comment, see if you can guess what game it is before I get to it. So we got Juiced. We got Justice League Heroes. I apologize if I pronounce this wrong. This is one I recently picked up. Kakuto? Kojin? Back Alley Brutal. So you got King Kong. You got the King of Fighters 2002, 2003. And so like a little bit with like the way like my brain works, it's just like I'm surprised that they didn't have 2002 and then 2003. Like why have it backwards? But then again, like with like Japanese like comics or whatever, it's always back to front. So maybe that's why. I don't know. Feel free to let me know if you know. We got Kung Fu Chaos. I guess this one is very stereotypical and that it could not be made in today's market, I guess, because of some of the choice of wording, I guess. So we got Land of the Dead, Road to Fiddler's Green. And this is based off of the George A. Romero's film. So if you have not played that, I highly recommend it. You got The Legend of Spyro, A New Beginning. You got Leisure Suit Larry, Magna Cum Laude, or Laud, however you want to pronounce it. So you got Loons, the Fight for Fame. Yeah, and also all my games as well, they're in this like desk protection, so just because I care about that kind of stuff. So this is the last known original Xbox game released, and apparently it's getting a little bit sought after. But you got Madden 09, and mine has like the little reflector on it. So yeah. So once again, another game that deserves basically all the remasters or whatever it may be, even though they did a little bit of it. But I highly recommend them simply making another one. So you got Mafia, and yes, mine also has the map. You got Manhunt. Very underrated Rockstar game. You got Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And then you got Path of Neo, because you can't have Enter the Matrix without Path of Neo. So you got Max Payne 1 and 2, The Fall of Max Payne. So you got Medal of Honor Frontline. Once again, like a very fun multiplayer game. I remember running up on the beaches and getting down in the trenches basically on the very first mission. Like it really got you like in the moment basically, like right off the bat basically. You got Medal of Honor European Assault. You got Medal of Honor Rising Sun. Mega Man Anniversary Collection, which contains like 10 games. So you got Mercenaries, Playground of Destruction. Once again, a game that they did try to make like a sequel of. I really thought that they could have done like a little bit better, but that's just me. So you got Metal Slug 4 and 5. So then you got Midnight Club 2. And this is my only, well, my second actually, I guess, collectors, not collectors, but platinum hits in my collection, just because of a certain reason. So such as like this. So like if you get the regular one in Black Label, you don't get any of the extra DLC or anything. This is like not the exact copy, but this is a copy of a copy that I did have growing up. So I did have the remix version, which was amazing. I'm really glad I did get that. So you got Midtown Madness 3. And once again, like another series of games that I really enjoyed was the Midway Arcade Treasures, you know. So what they basically have is just ports, like, so like let's just take this one for example. You know how it has all these ports of all these different arcade games, and me personally, I think that they're really good ports. But this one was like my favorite because, of course, like, so see, you had like Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 3, you got Pit Fighter, you got Primal Rage, you know, you got Narc, you know, you got Spy Hunter, like Total Carnage. So yeah, definitely very underrated in my opinion. Very good, solid games. So if you are collecting for the original Xbox, you have to have those at least. So you got Mission Impossible, Operation Surma. Then you got Mortal Kombat Armageddon. Then you got Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks. You got Namco Museum. And I really like the games that basically have like a bunch of other arcade games, I guess, if that makes sense. You got NASCAR Heat, NASCAR Thunder 2003, NASCAR Thunder 2004, and I really like those games just because, like, when I was really into racing games, and I like how it has like these little challenges, basically, if that makes sense. So yeah, really good, solid things, I guess. So you got NASCAR 07, you got Need for Speed Carbon, Need for Speed Most Wanted 2, Need for Speed Underground, which is very underrated. They need to make a third one, honestly. Need for Speed Underground 2. You got Nightmare Before Christmas, Oogie's Revenge. So I haven't played this one yet. Me and the wife keeps on talking about like how we just need to sit down and just try it. So she's like a big Tim Burton and Nightmare Before Christmas fan. So yeah, I'll definitely try to get some capture for that, and then be sure to post it up to the channel. That was so, I don't know, like I guess just start doing like gameplay videos, I guess. So you got Nightcaster, Defeat the Darkness. You got, once again, another 007 game. And so I'm trying to take out 007 out of the equation, just like how I'm doing with I'm taking that out of the equation. So you got Nightfire. You got Ninja Gaiden Black. You got Oddworld, Munch's Odyssey. Once again, another crazy good game. Series, I guess. So you got Outlaw Golf. These are like really fun. So you got Outlaw Golf 2. Outlaw Golf 9 Holes of Xmas. Blockbuster exclusive. And of course they did another. And then so you got 9 more Holes of Xmas. You got Outrun 2006 Coast to Coast. That is my most sought after, other than like the Guy game or Futurama or a couple of the other ones. You got Panzer Dragoon Orta. You got Nintendo Party Blast. You got Pirates of the Caribbean. You got Playboy the Mansion. And mine also has like the little reflector, you know? If you know, you know. Just because like some of these games, like they have them. You got Pocket Bike Racer. You got Psychonauts. You got Quantum Redshift. You got Rayman 3, Hoodlum Havoc. Red Dead Revolver. And so like a lot of you probably know about like a Red Dead Redemption, you know, but that's the beginning. So highly recommend trying that out if you like the Red Dead Redemption games. You got Roadkill. You got Roller Coaster Tycoon. You got Room Zoom Race Friend Pact. Once again, like another good series. You got Samurai Showdown 5, I believe. So once again, like another game I picked up before the price gouge is Scarface, The World Is Yours. And I'm really glad as well, like whenever I start collecting these, I really care about like basically like, does it include the manual? Does it include like a really good sleeve? Whatever it may be, like it may be like the reflection, but as you could see, yeah. See, like for a second there, it looked like that it was bad, but it's not, I guarantee it. So you got Scooby-Doo, Mystery Mayhem. I was a big Scooby-Doo fan back in my day. You got Scooby-Doo, Night of 100 Frights. And then coming down here, I have, I believe, like 235 games. I do happen to use like an app called GameEye to catalog all my games. So if you're ever going to get into collecting, I highly recommend that app. It's free. You can see like the price history on it. You can see like how much the game's worth, how much like people like rate it, like kind of like Rotten Tomatoes kind of thing. So you can see how much like people recommend it kind of thing. So you got Scooby-Doo on Max. You got Serious Sam. Then you got Serious Sam 2. You got NBA Street Volume 2. You got Shimnu 2. And then so once again, like another double pack game I got, just because. So it's Shrek 2 and Shark Tale. So once again, like another series, kind of like the Fatal Frames. We got Silent Hill 2 Restless Dreams. Then Silent Hill 4 The Room. Once again, like other games that I really enjoyed growing up, you know? It's just like, and then of course like I bought them a little bit when I was like older. If you guys want to hear that story, like why I got out of collecting, it's a sad one. So you got Silent Scope Complete, and I also do have the light gun, even though I need to get a CRT TV and hook it up and yeah, have it playing. So got The Simpsons Hit and Run. You got Road Rage. Yeah. So you got Sneak King. Then you got Sonic Mega Collection Plus. And so the difference between this one and the GameCube one is because this is the Plus, and over on GameCube it just says Sonic Mega Collection. So you get a bunch more games though compared to the one with the GameCube. So you got Sonic Heroes. So you got Sonic Riders. You got Soul Calibur. You got Spider-Man. Once again, like another good series. You got Spider-Man 2. You got Spy Hunter. You got Spy Hunter 2. Now this is my all-time favorite like original Xbox game, just because like I like the multiplayer mechanics. I like basically just booby trapping, you know. This is my all-time favorite game right here. Spy vs. Spy. I feel like either A, they need to deserve like a remaster, or Xbox should have added it to the backwards compatibility before they decided to scrap that idea. It's just, I really wish that they would have added this. Like, it's a very underrated gem. So you got Stacked with Daniel Nagano or whatever. He's like a really good poker player. That's why I like that game. So you got Stake Fortune Fighters. You got State of Emergency. I believe they also made a second one, I think, for original Xbox. I don't have to see, but I definitely need to pick it up if so. So you got Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2. So once again, like a game that I told you about, like Midnight Club 3 Double Edition Remix, and that's also like my all-time favorite racing game. But how I told you that... no, my bad. It was the Jet Set Radio Future. How I was telling you about like how like a standalone, one I don't see in not many people's collections, is this one. Okay, so like I've always seen it like in a double pack with Tetris Worlds, but I managed to snag the standalone, and that is Star Wars Clone Wars. Okay, see, look at that. It's just pretty nifty, I guess. I never knew that it was standalone. Okay, with that being said, let's get back into it. So you got Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2, the Sith Lord, well, Lords. You got Starsky and Hutch. Once again, like another very underrated games though. The Knights of the Old Republic, I'm really glad that they at least got like a remaster. You got Street Fighter, the Anniversary Collection. You got Stubbs the Zombie, Rebel Without a Pulse. You got The Suffering. I'm really glad I did pick that one up here within the last 3 months. So you got Super Monkey Ball Deluxe. That's basically Super Monkey Ball 1 and 2, I believe, for like the GameCube. They compilation them over to Xbox. You got Taz Wanted. You got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Melee. You got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Nightmare 3. I need to get the second one, I believe. So you got Teen Titans. Once again, I'm really glad I bought this before the price hike. It's just like I've just been buying to collect, I guess, at this point. So you got Tenchu Return from Darkness. You got Test Drive. I do need to get Eve of Destruction. You got Thief Deadly Shadows. I need to get the first one of this, but you got Time Splitters 2. You got Toe Jam and Earl, Mission to Earth 3. So you got Tom Clancy's Companion Demo Disc. I don't know. The only reason like why I got it is because like it has like more missions for the first one. So that's the only reason why. And then plus like I really like Tom Clancy. I really like Rainbow Six Vegas 1 and 2 for 360. I'm really glad that those got ported over to the Xbox One. I do play those occasionally. So of course you just got Splinter Cell. You got Splinter Cell Double Agent. Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow. And of course I do also have Chaos Theory. It's up there, but it's a collector's edition. So it's in the Steelbook. You got Tony Hawk's Project 8. Once again, like another series I like to just kick back and just play. Tony Hawk American Wasteland. You got Tony Hawk's Underground. You got Tony Hawk Underground 2. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. You got Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3. You got Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4. I did not like 5. You know, like, I bet you that there is probably some people. Feel free to let me know, like, what did you think about it? I just, wasn't my forte, I guess. So you got Totaled. You got Toxic Grind. You got Trigger Man. You got Turok Evolution. Ultimate Spider-Man. Unreal 2, The Awakening. Once again, like another game that I kind of like with the Tony Hawk games. That's very underrated. Wakeboarding Unleashed. Wallace and Gromit and Project Zoo. You got Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Were-Rabbit. You got The Warriors. I did not pay $2, but, you know, I need to get that off of there. You got Wolverine's Revenge. You got Xbox Music Mixer, and I do also have the mic, though, for that, just because it's one I had grown up, and I wanted to get it again. And then you got X, the official game. And then Yu-Gi-Oh! Dawn of Destiny. So that's a total of 235 games in total, including those. So if you do happen to have like any recommendations or anything like that, feel free to just let me know, you know, like I'm not saying that I want to go out and get like every single original Xbox game, even though like when I did put this shelf in, okay, so I am building up like a room down in my basement and then like another room. So it's a little bit of a mess like right now, but that's going to be turning into my storage. And then this is going to be turning into my all-time like gaming sanctuary, I guess. But I could have easily added more shelves going down to simply fit all the original Xbox games. I just told myself it's just like, what would be the point in that, I guess, you know? So, I don't know. So, with that being said, so 235 games, I think I can fit, I believe like 486 or somewhere around 500. I know it's not 500, but unless like if I figure out something, then I can fit more. But so basically, and also, so I like to conserve space. That's why like I put this like up into the wall, and the games only come out like very far compared to like, let's say if I was to get like a shelf or something, then it would be coming out to like even like longer. And I just didn't want that. I wanted where I can utilize as much space and as little space, I guess, if that makes sense. So for example, like when I told myself like I wanted to display my games, this is the end result. Like, you know, it's just like so. And then also, so speaking of all this, like with the room and everything, I don't know exactly what to design like on the wall or anything. I need to get the door put in. So I'll be getting the door put in and everything. But feel free to like let me know like down in the comments, like what do you think would look good for me to simply decorate the room? Okay. So, and I will be showing that room though as well. So feel free to, like subscribe, like, comment, whatever, and just let me know. And then I'll definitely show that room to show like what me and my wife did to like around that room. And then see like if you like that idea and doing the same kind of thing in here. So, with that being said though, it's just like also, but I strongly agree to just let me know exactly what games you think I should add because like I said, there's like plenty of room and I try to give myself plenty of room to do all my must-haves, all my childhood favorites, and then just ones that the community basically thinks that I should pick up and that I should simply try out though because the original Xbox was my very first console to call my own. And so I just want to simply have a collection that not only myself or my wife or my friends or my family to basically be proud of, but also to simply for the community basically to be proud of because I do plan on doing content videos and I want to basically be like, oh yeah, like, or like, let's say if somebody comes over and they're like, well, I don't know what game to play. And then they could just look at the catalog of games and be like, oh, that looks interesting. And instead of basically just being like, all right, let's play this way so they can physically look at it and then just be like, oh yeah, that looks fun. And then, all right, let's play it. That kind of thing. All right, so with that being said, I do thank you for you even taking, about like 32 minutes of your time to look at my collection. And feel free to let me know exactly what you think of the collection so far, I'm always open to feedback, negative or positive. I don't care. Let me have. All right, I'll check you guys in the next video and I'll talk at you guys soon. Thank you. Bye.